What is going on, guys? It's your boy Dyllan. Welcome back to another video. Sorry that I haven't really been uploading the past couple of days. I've been preparing stuff ready for the launch of Anthem and obviously the Division 2 and the Division 2 private beta and all that sort of stuff. Been getting things ready for that because I am really pumped for the release of the Division 2. Can't wait for that game. But anyway, time to get to the actual point of the video. I'm going to be reviewing the Anthem open demo. Now, I did a sort of mini review, I suppose you could say, of the private VIP demo, which was the complete and absolute shambles. I was only able to play one mission, so yeah, it was really bad. Now, the open demo, I was actually able to play this time. I think I got about a decent 6 to 8 hours in. I didn't bother grinding the beta, I just didn't really see the point, but I just wanted a better opinion on the game, understanding of how the game works, and just sort of, test it out a little bit more. So, without further ado, if you want a quick review of the game, if you want to quickly get out of the video now, I think it's a really good game. It's a lot of fun to play. But do I think it will compete with a lot of the big games at the moment, sort of like Destiny 2 is one of the sort of the main games I play? Probably not. I feel like Anthem still needs to iron out a lot of its issues, a lot of the bugs, which I'll get into a little bit deeper in the video. But it is a fun game nonetheless. I'm definitely looking forward to it. But again, if you are sort of skeptical and you want to wait a couple of months or a couple of weeks, I definitely recommend doing so until the game's sort of in maybe a better state, at least, after launch. Anyway, getting into things a little bit deeper now. Again, I'll try and go through them as quickly as possible, don't want to keep you too long. So, the water on the game is pretty much impossible to see whilst you're in the water. A lot of people complained about this, mainly from, I think it's a stronghold, when you jump down and you drop into the water, it's pitch black and I don't know where the hell I'm going. The first time I actually did the stronghold and I dropped down, I almost died in the water because I just ran out of oxygen. That's how long I was in the water trying to find my way around. Luckily, a teammate came back for me and showed me where to go. If he didn't come back, I would have died. So, definitely needs to be taken a look at. Obviously, now that I've done the stronghold multiple times, I do know where to go. But, yeah, that's besides the point. Next is the solo play in the game. Playing solo, for the most part, is, in my opinion at least, again, if you enjoyed playing the game solo, more power to you. But me personally, I thought it was boring as hell. It's just really sort of slow and tedious. A lot of the enemies are sort of really bullet spongy. Again, you can sort of counteract the bullet sponginess if you learn how to combo the enemies correctly. I don't know, the gunplay in the game as well just doesn't really feel as satisfying. The flying on the game, on the other hand, and the ability usage is great. But yeah, I mean, that's just a couple of little complaints. Solo, like I said, it's just a really boring experience. Playing co-op is a lot more fun. The game has much better pacing, and you can get through the enemies a lot quicker when everyone's using all of their abilities together. One of my huge complaints for the solo players is that it's like the game doesn't take into consideration that you are actually playing solo. There's still loads of enemies. Like, it's like you've got to do 4 people's work as a solo player. For the strongholds, I would understand that, but for the missions, maybe they can do some balancing there, but we'll just have to wait and see. Next is free roam. The free roam events are decent. Again, obviously with me playing Destiny, they have public events on Destiny as well, so if I was to compare it to that, pretty much the same. I mean, they get pretty tedious once you've done so many of them. But they're fresh, until you play pretty much all of the different types. And then once you keep playing them, they just sort of get boring and you just can't be bothered to do them anymore. At least that's my personal opinion on them. Also, free roam seems dead. Like, it's just lifeless. There's no enemies about. There's there's just nothing to do in free roam, it seems. Granted, this is only a demo, and also when the full game releases, there might be loads of stuff to do. We don't know, so obviously I can't give a full opinion on it, but first impressions are it's pretty lifeless and dead. Next thing is the Strongholds. Now the Stronghold, obviously in the demo, was a lot of fun to play. Really enjoyed my time playing it. I think I ended up replaying it God knows how many times actually. Really enjoyed my time playing it. So I enjoyed the boss fight. Pretty decent. I'd say it's pretty similar to a strike on Destiny. Next is the controller controls are pretty bad. Now, what I mean by this, let me just get my controller a second. So, obviously I'm on Xbox, so if you can sort of picture this, the LB and the RB are two of your abilities, right? And then the Y button is your melee ability. And you might be thinking, well, what's wrong with that? But for me, it's just really, really confusing, I should say beyond confusing, to have the melee ability on the Y button, and then when you want to switch weapon and reload, to reload you tap X, and then to switch weapon you hold X. It's just really, really weird and off-putting. I just don't like that combination of the way the buttons are. I'd like it if I could map my melee ability to the right analog stick, you know, to click in the analog stick, and then to switch weapon, just tap Y, to reload, tap X. Pretty common, pretty much what all the other FPS games out there are doing at the moment, at least on Xbox. So yeah, small complaint, but again, just out of pure, you know, just being comfortable while playing, I'd really like to be able to switch my controls up a little bit with a controller. The next big thing I'd say is the server lag and just the optimization of the game. On console, at least, there's constant frame rate drops. I don't know, PC has had a lot of issues as well. Again, I can't speak on any of the PC issues because I haven't played it on PC. Just going off of purely what I've seen on console, but there is a lot of lag, frame rate drops, you know, enemies despawning and sort of freezing. I don't know, it's just a little bit weird. And again, at this close to launch, it's pretty scary. You know, maybe when the full game releases, I know the devs have been saying and promising, oh, you know, it's much more well optimized at release, you know, these issues aren't going to be a problem at launch, blah de blah de blah. But I mean, how often in the past have devs said stuff and not delivered on it? I mean, it's, you know, you can't always trust devs nowadays. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my impressions on the open demo. My advice is, with this game, if you wanted to wait a couple of weeks or a couple of months to get the game, I'd recommend doing that. I think Anthem is going to be a good game, but again, it's got a lot of issues that they really need to sort of get ironed out and polished before the game is sort of at a really good playable state. Again, other games like Destiny have the benefit of that they've been, you know, a franchise now for multiple years, and they have had a lot of time to sort of, you know, fix a lot of their problems. Destiny by no means was a perfect game when it first released. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. As always, I am getting the game. I'll be playing it on, I think, February the 22nd. I'll be making videos on it. For how long I'll be making videos on it and how much I will cover the game really remains to be seen. I can't really, you know, confirm how much I'm going to be covering the game, because if it's not fun and if the end game is dead, which actually is another point, I guess, is the end game seems pretty worrying. The devs have confirmed that it's going to be 3 strongholds, one of which we got to play in the open demo. And then, what was it? There's legendary contracts and then free roam. That's the end game on Anthem. Sounds, you know, pretty bare bones, to be honest. Doesn't sound like there's going to be a lot to do. Hopefully the gear grind is satisfying enough to where I want to replay the same thing over and over and over and over again. But again, we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, that's pretty much going to do it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice rest of your day as always. Peace.